So Romeca Meeks' killer was released, y'all, and she's not going to jail. She's getting self-defense. I feel like this is something that we need to talk about. Like, this is a real touchy topic, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a mother. So I had to like get myself together before I even decided to talk about this. But I think that y'all need to know the real story, because the real story is not being told. So many of y'all probably heard a story about how a single mom was dropping her kid off at school, and then the baby daddy and the new girlfriend came up to the school to unalive her. But what wasn't being told in the media was that the baby daddy actually lived a block away from the school, and the woman was not, her life was not taken outside of the school. If you look at the video, it was actually like a store which was like closer to the baby daddy's house. So long story short, what's being told now to authorities is the baby mama was coming to bring her son some lunch, but she saw the baby daddy's other baby mama and she attacked her. So keep in mind, Romeca had a restraining order out on her baby daddy, but the baby daddy's new girlfriend had a restraining order on Romeca. So from footage that I've seen, both Romeca and her baby daddy was both toxic towards each other. They were both popping up on each other, you know, trying to fight, being violent, being aggressive, breaking each other's things. This was a two-way street. So I'm not denying his part in any of this, because he was the main antagonizer and he's the reason why these two ladies were at it in the first place. But I just have to put the facts out there, because I have to be non-biased, because the story was not originally told correctly. And see, now the community is going to be outraged because people are thinking that a killer is walking free when it's really not the case. Unfortunately, Romeca was attacking the other baby mama, the other girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. And that's when the baby daddy put her in a headlock. And after she was released from the headlock, she was trying to go attack the girl again. And as the story is being told, that's when her life was taken. Again, this was not at the school. And it's just a really sad, unfortunate situation, because now the little boy is going to be without a mom. I just really wanted to make this video to talk to my young ladies and talk to my older ladies, whoever. No man is worth losing your life. No man is worth losing your life. These men will tell you anything, have you beefing with the other woman, playing both sides, but at the end of the day, it's never worth it to fight nobody. You know why? Because if somebody's losing a fight, they can and will pull out a weapon. Especially if you in a state like Texas or Florida, you know, states that have gun laws that protect gun rights. You think you about to pull up to go fight somebody and they will pull a weapon out on you and take your life. It's not worth it. I want y'all to understand, like, it's so much more to life than an ain't shit. Because now that man who was leading both of them on, okay, he was going to go live happily ever after. And now this woman has lost her life. And it's really, really sad. I don't know, y'all. It's not like back in the day. Back in the day, we could beat it and keep it moving. Now, you try to fight somebody, they can pull a weapon on you and get away with it. I want y'all to understand that it's not worth it. Do not fight anybody, because you can and will lose your life. It's really that simple.
Have you ever heard of a case where someone is taken into custody for a killing, and before the public can even process the tragedy, that same person is released back out into the world with no charges? It sounds impossible, but that's exactly what has just happened here. A young mother is dead. The community is outraged, and the person suspected of pulling the trigger is walking free. This isn't fiction. This is Chicago. This is the case of Romeca Meeks and Holly Johnson. And tonight, we're talking about the release that shocked everyone. Welcome back to Crime Lab Report. If you're new here, hit subscribe, click the bell icon, and join our community as we dig into cases that demand answers. Now, let's set the scene. On an ordinary school morning in the South Loop, 31-year-old Romeca Meeks was just doing what every parent does, dropping her child off. It should have been routine, uneventful, safe. Instead, it ended in chaos and tragedy. An altercation erupted. Words flew, voices rose, and within minutes, a gun was drawn. Romeca was shot in the face. Right there, In the middle of the morning, in front of a school, the place where children were supposed to feel secure became the site of horror. Romeca didn't survive, and the city was left asking, how could this happen? Almost immediately, the police had someone in custody. Her name, Holly Johnson. Some know her as Quadaja Holly Johnson. She wasn't a faceless suspect. People knew who she was, and social media lit up with her name. Reports said she was connected to Romeca, that there was history, that this wasn't a random encounter. People believed justice was on its way. Someone had been arrested. That's how the system is supposed to work, right? But then, the story swerved in a direction nobody saw coming. Instead of charges, instead of a court appearance, instead of even a bond hearing, the word came, Holly Johnson was released. Just like that. No charges filed. No trial date. Nothing but an open investigation. And a grieving family wondering how the woman who allegedly killed their daughter could already be free. And that's where the outrage begins. Think about it. If your loved one was shot dead in broad daylight and the suspect was taken in, wouldn't you expect the next step to be a courtroom, an arraignment, at least a charge? For Romeca's mother, for her family, that expectation collapsed in real time because Holly Johnson walked out of custody. Why? That's the question echoing across Chicago. Some reports suggest Holly claimed self-defense, that she feared for her life. Others whisper about a protection order, something that could tilt the narrative in her favor. Some witnesses say the confrontation escalated fast. But here's the problem. None of it has been confirmed in detail by official records. There's no statement from prosecutors laying out why the release happened. No judge explaining evidence wasn't enough. Just silence. And when there's silence, speculation grows louder. Here's where the tension rises. Because in the eyes of the community, a release feels like injustice. People are angry. They see a mother dead and a suspect free, and they wonder if the system is protecting someone instead of protecting victims. Social media is buzzing with theories. Was the evidence weak? Did witnesses contradict each other? Did prosecutors decide they couldn't secure a conviction? Or was there something about Holly Johnson's story that convinced them, at least for now, to hold back on charges? And let's be real, Chicago is no stranger to complicated cases. Self-defense laws, domestic disputes, relationships that spill over into violence. These are not new, but when the outcome is this public, this sudden and this painful, people want clarity. They want transparency. And in this case, they're not getting it. Then came the breakthrough moment. The official confirmation that yes, Holly Johnson was released. This wasn't rumor. This wasn't just internet chatter. It was reported by major outlets. No charges filed, suspect released, investigation ongoing. That's the line the city has been given. But what's missing is everything else. The why, the how, the what next. Those answers haven't come.
Shooting of 31-year-old Romeca Meeks Blackman has been released without charges. Blackman's family is eagerly seeking justice.
Someone has to pay for this. It's not right. Romeca was my baby. Romeca was kind, sweet, loving, very, very supportive, and an amazing mother. She loved her son. She loved me. She loved her siblings. And I loved her the same.
So what does that leave us with? A city divided between those who believe the process needs time and those who believe time is just a way of erasing accountability. A family who has to bury their loved one while seeing the alleged shooter back in her own home. And a suspect who may be innocent or may be guilty, but who at this moment isn't facing the justice system in the way many expected. This is where we stop and think. What happens when the law doesn't move at the pace of grief? When people feel like the system values procedure over human life? What happens when transparency is replaced with silence and the community fills the gaps with rage and rumor? And let's not forget the human side. Romeca Meeks was a daughter, a mother, a woman with a future.
We ain't resting, not our family. Our family not resting. not resting until we get justice. Real talk. I appreciate all the prayers for our family, her mom. I really do. I really do. And the ones that know me know I'm hurt. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Because all this could have been avoided. You know, all this could have been avoided. Y'all niggas want to cheat. Y'all want to listen to these dumbass niggas. All this could have been avoided. Just what happened. And I ain't trying to hear, oh, self-defense. If y'all thought that shit was self-defense, then I'm about to kill them motherfuckers then. No, I'm not. I'm just talking shit. No, I'm not. I'm going to take that back. I ain't killing nobody. And it ain't even worth it. I'm going to jail for them. But the baby is doing, y'all want to know how the baby, he got this bell that his mama gave him. That what made me cry too. And he holded that bell so tight. I don't know what was that, a donut or a dog or something? Yeah. It's a little dog. Yeah. It's a bell dog. He's 6. And he wondering, his first thing is asking where his mama at. Where his mama at? Where's mama at? Where's mama at? That mama pick him up for school. That mama make lunch. That mama send notes. That mama take that boy on trips. He was a mama's boy. So, you're going to need a lot of prayer. A lot of it. But I'm about to get off Facebook because all I wanted to say is, and we praying real hard that justice will be served for her, you know, soon, we praying.
Holly Johnson is alive, free, but under a cloud of suspicion that will never leave her, no matter what the courts decide later. 2 lives intertwined now in tragedy. One in the grave, one in the public eye. So I ask you how you see this. Was Holly Johnson's release a sign of a broken justice system, or was it the system working as it should, waiting for evidence, protecting rights, ensuring no one is charged without cause? If you were in Romeca's family's shoes, could you wait for answers? Or would you demand justice now, even if the evidence wasn't ready? Let's talk about this in the comments below, because cases like this don't just affect one family. They affect all of us who believe in fairness, in justice, in accountability. And as always, this is Crime Lab Report. If you want more stories that pull back the curtain on the justice system, make sure you like, subscribe, and click that bell, because sometimes the truth isn't in the verdict, it's in the silence before it.